All right, what's up, everybody? We're back for part 3 of another afro hair transplant, day 1. I want to just touch on some different topics here again. These topics is just to, they just serve to inform people. Maybe help somebody out with some information that they were missing before they take off and do their hair transplant in Turkey or whatever it is that they decide to go. But in particular, if they come to Turkey, because that's where my unique experience took place today with the 5,600 grafts that I had put on my head that got me a new hairline, my temples rebuilt, and the top of my head all the way back to my crown filled in, right? So just in case anybody is wondering, how did I end up at Asli Tarcan? Actually, my first choice was Hair of Istanbul. That's where I wanted to go. Due to the videos I seen, I just felt like, just my personal opinion, I felt like the quality of work was a little better. But due to the level of baldness that I had, Hair of Istanbul told me that they couldn't work with me. They actually rejected me. And that was okay. I appreciated their honesty. And Asli Tarcan was, despite my level of baldness, they were willing to try to work with me. And, I wanted to shoot my shot as far as this hair transplant went. So, I was willing to work with those that were willing to work with me. So that's how I ended up getting the ball rolling with them. However, my story with them is that when I first showed them my pictures, they too said that I had a very high level of baldness. And they said that I would have to take 2 sessions in order to cover my entire head. Right now, just what I'm doing in my life, I really wasn't into 2 sessions. I wasn't trying to go to Istanbul 2 times in a year, or go back to back 1 year and then go the next year. Like I said, just what I have going on in my life right now, I'm just not for that. That would be 2 plane trips, 2 different procedures, leaving my family on 2 different occasions, leaving my job on 2 different occasions. I just really didn't want to be bothered with that right now. So I was very frank with them and told them that if we couldn't find a way to get this done in 1 session, then, I would just cancel for the moment, and, maybe we could work together in the future. And the reason that I was inclined to even make a comment like that was because they said that they would be able to cover 90% of my head, and I would have to come back for the 10%. And I thought, man, this is a place that they told me they've been doing this for 15 years. So, they're experts at this. I figured there had to be some way that we could both put our heads together and come up with a way to fill the rest of that 10%. Sound like such a small margin to be coming way back to Istanbul for it. So, that's when my coordinator, the person who was helping me out, that's when he suggested that I use, the beard area to go ahead and fill the rest of that out. He was honest, though. He told me, as far as density goes, time will tell. We just have to see how it turned out. But at least I am 100% covered. So I was content with that for the moment. I'm a person that likes to wear my hair short anyway. Probably this length right here, what you see, once it all does grow in, is probably pretty much what I'll be sticking with. So, even if it's not so dense, as long as it gets me what I want, then I would be content anyway. I'm not trying to really grow a fro or nothing like that. Like I said, I just like a low cut with a nice line to it. But time will tell. We'll see. But they did keep their promise. After me telling them that I would just have to, cancel, they promised to, if I use the beard, get me 100% covered. And they came through on that. I'm 100% covered right now. So, they came through on their word. They were very professional, very courteous, very attentive. So I can't even take my hat off to the people. Because they did their job and they did it very well. So that's how I ended up with the clinic. That's the experience I had with the clinic. And one other thing I want to point out, I mentioned before on part 1 of the video that procedures that take grafts from both head and beard area cost $2,200. And that's true. But in my case, I paid $2,500. Why the extra $300? Well, that was because I had anesthesia that put me to sleep before the procedure today. The reason I got that anesthesia was because I heard all of the horror stories. Y'all scared me, man, talking about how intense those injections are with the needles. I'm not a needle type of person. I just really don't have time for that. Nobody is, I imagine, but I just really, I don't like that at all. A month and a half ago, I just had my 4 wisdom teeth taken out. 2 weeks ago, I just had 4 teeth filled in 4 different quadrants in my mouth. So it was like, man, I had had enough of just injections and tolerating the pain. And I was like, I'm just not on it. So, if there was any alternative or any way that I could go around that, I was all for it. And they told me it was $300. They would give you anesthesia that would knock you out for 20 minutes. That would be long enough for the people that were working on your head to give you all the injections that you needed in both your head and your beard area. While you sleep, you would be unconscious, you wouldn't feel anything. And then when you wake up, they already be working on taking your grafts out. And that was the case. They put the injection in the IV site where they gave me the IV in my arm before the procedure, had me count backwards from 10 to 0. By the time I got to 1, I was knocked out. I woke up, they were already digging grafts out of my beard. I missed that whole thing about the pain. So I just want to throw that out there. Don't know if people even know that exists. I never heard anybody talk about it in the videos. Or maybe people just, people just strong like that. People just tougher than me and nobody needed it, But hey, I ain't trying to win no tough man contest. That was the way that I got through my unique experience. That made the process smoother for me. So if it helps anybody else, just know that if you go to Asli Tarcan at least, that option is there. It's extra $300 on whatever price that you're paying. And anesthesia, I didn't feel like it was that heavy. It knocked me out for 20 minutes. I was a little drowsy for the rest of the day, but by the time the procedure was over, I was back to my normal self. I know a lot of people don't like to get that anesthesia. They say it could be really heavy on your body, it could cause some unnecessary adverse side effects. And that's true, I get that. But I felt like I was only going to be out for 20 minutes, and I felt like I was a healthy enough dude to where I could shoot my shot with that. So I did. And like I said, it worked like a charm for me. That was just, again, me and my unique experience. Maybe somebody else wouldn't even be interested or wouldn't even need it. But it's there if anybody thinks that they would benefit from it. So yeah, I paid a total of $2,500, $300 for the anesthesia, $500 for getting the grafts taken from my beard, and $1,700 for getting the grafts taken from my sides and back of my head area. So if anybody has any questions about that, just comment or just send me a message, and I can tell you, I guess anything more that you would need to know about that. I feel like I just laid it out, but if I did miss something out, then I'd be more than glad to go over that with you. So just hit me up again, either in the comment section or a private message, and we can rap about it. So let's go ahead and chop this right here. This is going to be part 3. I want to do one more video. We'll leave this at a 4-part series for another afro hair transplant day 1. Peace.